everyone, so in today's video I'm going to be talking about the benefits of alder cones. So to start off, let's talk about what they actually are. They are a small cone from the black alder tree. Now these trees are actually found all around the world, however they are native to the Eastern Hemisphere. They are just small little brown cones like this, as you can see. They basically just look like a really tiny pine cone. And then inside these, there are small seeds. So similar to most cones, there are little seeds inside of here, which will help the tree reproduce. Now, they actually start off as green when they first appear on the tree, but when they mature, they will turn brown and they will become these small cones that we add to our tanks. These are actually my favorite aquarium additive out of all the different types of woods and leaves that I've tried. Now let's talk about why we want to put these little cones into our tanks. They release the all-important tannins. Now, tannins soften the water by raising the acidity, and it helps it to closely mimic a freshwater fish's natural habitat. Now, of course, with all animals, the closer you mimic their natural environment, the more at peace they're going to be, their stress levels are going to be down, and naturally, this will have healing properties. A stressed fish is more likely to nip its fins, which will cause damage, and they're also more likely to just pick up bacterial or any kind of infection that they, could be susceptible to. Now, these are also very good for breeders. The softer water generally is successful in getting healthier fry, having them hatch properly, fish lays more eggs, everything like that. I am not very educated in the whole breeding area of fish, but I do know that a lot of breeders have success in softer waters that alder cones can give you. Now, as you can see, they are very affordable. This here, if you can see it, says $11.99 Canadian. That is all this cost for a 25-gram bag of alder cones. Now, I have used some of these, so this is not a full bag anymore, but it is very affordable. Sometimes driftwood can be very, very expensive, and other types of wood as well. So if you just get some bags of these and maybe add some leaves or something like that, or if you wanted to just use these solo, you would be able to add some tannins to your aquarium on a budget. One thing you may like about this is that because it is so small, it doesn't release a ton of tannins. Now, wood is just going to release a lot of tannins right away. If you add these, you can add one, you can add this whole bunch, you can add this whole bag. There is a lot more versatility in how much tannins you want to release. There's a lot more control there. So if you're someone who doesn't want dark yellow water or a Blackwater tank like I have, then these will be perfect for you because you can add just as many as you need. Now, another benefit of alder cones that I personally love is that there is no size limit as to what tank you can put this in. You can put it in something as small as a 5 or a 9 gallon like I have, or you can put it in a 100, 120, massive tank. You can put them in any tank you want. It's not like those large pieces of driftwood where it's really dependent on the size and shape of your tank. These will be perfect for literally anybody. Now, one thing that's also common amongst most natural things that you add to your tank is that they're going to float when you first add them in. But the pro about this is they will start sinking within an hour. When I put a couple of cones in my tank, I think they had sunk in 20 minutes, and I had added about 3, I think. If you have a large piece of driftwood, you will have to soak it overnight at least. These will sink very, very quickly, so if you don't want to have stuff floating around the top of your tank because it kind of annoys you, like it would annoy me, then these are also perfect for you. Now, for me, there are very limited cons to alder cones, but I am going to go over a couple things that could be cons for you, just so you have that in mind. Now, the first thing is, like I mentioned earlier, is they don't release a lot of tannins. These will not single-handedly make a Blackwater tank. You will need to supplement with something. So if you are trying to get a very, very, very heavily tannin affected water, you're going to need something more than this. Now, the last thing is these are a little bit trickier to find in stores than something like Malaysian driftwood. I personally found these at a local fish shop, but I haven't been able to find them at PetSmart. I don't think I saw them at Petco when I went down to the States. I'm Canadian, so we don't have them here, so I can't really go and check. And they didn't even have them at my specialty reptile shop, because sometimes people will use botanicals like this in their reptile cages. So I've actually found my Indian almond leaves at my reptile store, but I have not found these there. I have seen them for sale at a reptile expo by some other vendors. So I do know that reptile stores do carry them, but mine doesn't specifically. So if you have a little bit more luck with your local fish stores or reptile stores, you have maybe a little bit more accessibility, maybe there's more popularity for that in your area, then they might be a little bit easier for you to find. But for me, it's quite tricky. We don't have a lot of specialty shops. So that is all of the benefits and pretty much what to know about alder cones. There's not really much to talk about on a tiny little cone. However, I will say that, yeah, I do like them, and I will probably always have them on hand. I use them for my fish, I use them for my reptiles, so it is definitely a very large benefit for me. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun filming it, as I like to do these kind of videos where I teach you about something to add into your aquarium. But that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos from me, then make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when I upload. That is all for today, and hope to see you again soon. Bye, guys.